Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the definition of motivation letter, personal statement, or statement of purpose? Well, you are not the only one, and I hope this video will help you to get through it. Welcome back to my channel, Zona Zuan. Hello everyone, my name is Zumaro and I'm currently doing my PhD study here in South Korea at Postech, Pohang University of Science and Technology, and I'm studying under the Global Career Scholarship. In today's video, I would like to talk about the personal statement, or maybe you know it as a motivation letter, or in the terminology of the Global Career Scholarship, it's gonna be statement of purpose, whatever you want to call it. But then, before that, I would like you to take a couple of seconds, maybe 10-20, to go to the link button to subscribe my channel and also comment and like. And also maybe you can go to my Instagram to DM me personally and asking about the Global Career Scholarship and getting to know about Korea. Also, maybe you have an idea for me to upload and publish into the next video regarding the Global Career Scholarship, living or studying here in South Korea. Alright? And I'm waiting for that. Alright, so without further ado, let's just jump to today's video. And to start this video, I would like to define, and maybe we can have in the same boat definition about the motivation letter, especially for the Global Career Scholarship. In my definition, the statement of purpose for the Global Career Scholarship is a one-page long summary of your background of interest, motivation of studying in South Korea, and also personality and your unique story that you put it in order to impress the reviewer of the Global Career Scholarship, so that you can increase your chance to get to be selected, and also you can impress them to choose you as a selected candidate. But then the following question would be, how to make a good statement of purpose? Well, according to me, this is gonna be like a subjective connotation, because every single candidate has their own taste and preference in order to construct their own motivation letter or statement of purpose. And also you have to be aware that the human is reviewing your motivation letter or statement of purpose. So the reviewer itself has the subjective tendency to take the angle and perspective towards scoring your motivation letter. Alright? So in terms of like making a statement of purpose, I think instead of asking how to make a good one, you have to ask how to make a professional one and following the academic guidelines. So for me, I always follow a 3C, the clarity, concision, and coherence. Let's start with the clarity. I think the clarity is like how clear you are in following the guidelines given by the NIID in order to construct your statement of purpose. Because I think the one page long is already clear enough for you to make sure that you follow the guideline. There is a font specific, which is a Times New Roman, and also the size is like 11, I think. So you have to follow that clearly, okay? Make it clear. And the clarity itself is like how you define every paragraph. I think you have to be clear enough, like there is a transition between your story. And then let's go to the second one, is a concision. Concision is actually how efficient you use the vocabularies, you use the word, you use the phrases, and you use every idioms that you would like to put. What you have to do is like to make it really efficient, because you have only one page limitation. And then the third one is gonna be a coherence. So how the connectivity between the opening remarks and also until the closing remarks, and how the transition between the first paragraph to second paragraph to the third paragraph to the closing paragraph. Is it really well constructed or is not connected at all? So you have to make sure you follow this 3 academic principle of making motivation letter or like statement of purpose. So clarity, concision, and coherence. Let's start with a clarity, alright? Practically, clarity means like you follow, as I mentioned before, you follow a one page long and then the Times New Roman 11, then that's pretty much it. And make it into like some sub story. What I would like always to do is I put a quote regarding the story that I would like to make to specific motivation letter. On my personal statement of purpose during my GKS application, I did a research about how I am interested in making or building a new nuclear power plant in the isolated island, which is connected into economic development. So what I would do at first is like I find my own interest in order to construct my personal statement. So there is this like fundamental idea. So you don't just go directly to make everything you would like to put in, but you have to make sure that there is a big idea, one whole big idea that you would like to put in. Every single statement or purpose I did was quite different. Like in my GKS was about the development, like economic development, and then the other one is about leadership. So just choose one specific idea that wide enough for you to be constructed. All right. So just like example for me is like a development of economy, and then I search into the, I don't know, you can go to the browser and choose a keyword of development quote or economic quote or economic development quote, and I found this one, which is quite good, I think. And I just put it there, and then I open my first sentence with connecting it into the quote. So just don't make the quote as a quote. Make a quote an added value to your personal statement. So what I did is that, okay, so I connected into that one, and I open my sentence with what is actually definition of development. So is it connected to the quote or not? So that you can elaborate your idea, all right? And then is it clear enough for you to define a development itself? I think what you have to do is like just put everything in your mind and then read again. And at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you have a logic idea about that. Do you understand about your definition? Is it clear enough for you? If it is not clear for you, there has to be a chance for not being clear to the others. Because even though it's clear for you, it might be not clear for the others. So if it is not clear for you, then how it's going to be clear for the others, all right? And then let's go to the second one. It's about concision. It is like how efficient you use the phrases. Again, this is 1 page long. It's not long, all right? I know like during the making process, you wanted to make everything perfect. You wanted to be showing off. I know that you have a lot of story to be told, but then you have to choose only one single story. You know what I mean? So my story was I wanted to make a nuclear power plant in my own area. So what I would like to bring as a story is that how I suffered from not having a nuclear power plant, and how this nuclear power plant would help me in order to get into my own problem solved. You get it? All right. So the thing is, I would bring the story that, okay, during my childhood, even until now, there is a power outage, which is connected to like the lack of supply for the electricity and the energy. And one thing that is really important is that we have to make sure we see it by the future. So the coal will be ended and it's not renewable, all right? And the main resource for the Indonesian energy right now is a coal and also oil. But are they renewable energy? I don't think so. So what I would like to find is that the energy that can be sustained for a long run. So what I did is that I find out nuclear power plant is one of the solving variables for this issue. So I bring that. The story that I brought is, okay, so how I did suffered by lack of electricity, so that I couldn't be able to properly studying. I couldn't be able to access every information that I had to get. And also like it's really hard for me to survive as a student in that era and even until now, because now it's like the connectivity to the world would be one of the beneficial skill sets. All right, so I can also like put a story about how I win a language ambassador, how I won a, I don't know, whatever, like a debate competition. But is it connected? I don't think so. So the only story that I would believe is connected to this economic development is the power outage that I suffered. Okay, so first choose your own quote, and then the second one is choose the specific stories connected to that quote. Only one background story, because by this one story itself you can define 4 paragraphs clearly. But if you want to make every story, there is a big chance for you not to get it clear. All right, and then the third one is become coherent. So you open your, for example, for me, I open with the statement of the development itself, and then I put the story, and then how my life suffered without that, and how this solving variables will help me. For example, nuclear power plants will help me, so that I had to study in Korea, and this is going to be beneficial for me to get more information about developing the nuclear power plants in my own country. And then the last one is coming back again to the development. Is all this story connected to your definition of the first sentence? So you have to get through all of this story and then coming back again into one loop, and you define it. Okay, so according to all of this, I think the development is defined by this, and in order to get my definition, I have to study in Korea, and it's gonna be helping me to get my definition of that. You get what I mean? So that's pretty much it. I think this 3C would help you to construct more professional and more academically look. Okay? If you have some problem or you want me to review your personal statement or like statement of purpose, just email me. But I would like to let you know that I'm quite busy as well, so just send me maybe at least a month before the deadline, so that you won't be bothered with waiting for me to review your statement of purpose. All right, so that's pretty much it for today, and I hope you get the basic information about how to make professional statement of purpose. Okay, see you, bye bye, and